We're back in Vietnam, but this time around I'll be hitting up the northern region in the capital city of Hanoi. It's considered to be the political and cultural hub of the country, and this is my third time back. My dad's side of the family's from out here, so it's always a homecoming whenever I'm in town. This is probably one of the more popular spots. It had 700 reviews. This is actually the original location. The tale is pho was originated out here in Hanoi, and a lot of people that migrated, you know, during the war from the north to the south, they brought the recipes down to the south, and it changed over time. In Saigon, it was nice and warm, hot. Here we're all bundled up. This is a good pho weather,
like a triple layer.
So northern pho, if you're familiar, is not as sweet as the southern one. There's no beef sprouts, no basil here. Some places still offer it. I got some of the homemade over here. There's no hoisin here either, all right?
No hoisin.
It's very just undocked pho when you come out here. Just try a little bit of it on my guai right here, the breadstick, the fried breadstick. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot. I think this is a pretty decent portion. Well, we paid 220,000 for 3 bowls.
About 70K a bowl. A little over what? $3? Close to like $3.
I like the noodles here.
Yep. It's not overcooked. These seem perfect.
Their beef, they actually like kind of stir fry, like the beef that you get from a Japanese rice beef bowl.
They're all about their scallions here. They really hit you with a lot of the scallions. They chop the ends of the scallion really long, and then on the top they dice it up. So you get a mixture of like different textures as far as like the scallions.
So we ordered the bit bowl, but you know I don't see any beef balls.
No beef balls.
I don't see like the brisket or the tendon. So it's interesting that how they do it here. They give you pretty much just more meat.
Pay at the front, they serve your bowl, and you basically just cram in at any table.
Oh yeah.
So we're shoulder to shoulder right now, literally no elbow space. I'm eating with my elbows on my lap.
That's how you know it's good. There's a lot of locals in here.
It's all family stuff.
Yeah, I see maybe including us 4 foreigners.
I'm already liking the North Pho, man. It's not a bias thing. It's just that flavor profile, that non-sweet flavor profile.
This spot gets so busy that there's an annex right outside for people to eat. That was a good meal to kick off the day, but you know, it doesn't officially start off till you have your first cup of coffee. You want to hit up Cafe Zam for some egg coffee. It's been here since 1946, and I've actually been here before. It's definitely in the cut, literally a whole wall. You can go upstairs. We already got our egg coffees right here, Cafe Chu. It comes out in a kind of hot water bath right here, just keep it nice and hot. I've had other versions of this where they actually had like an open flame underneath to keep the mug hot. This is like an old school version. A lot of other coffee shops have mimicked it because it's so popular.
You can see the coffee sitting at the bottom, that thick, rich foam at the top. That's the egg and everything else, froth. And they got beers and trying to get a little bit of lit. But they actually have egg with beer. You know what?
We gotta get that.
We gotta get it. Look how thick this is. Look at that. Ooh. All right, here we go. Beer's going in. I'm not sure am I supposed to mix it up, but that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh man.
Yo, that's actually really good. You gotta try this here. He's got a little mustache.
A combination of sweetness and bitterness. It actually makes it really tasty. I like this more than the coffee.
Eggnog. That's what it reminds me of.
This hits the spot right here. I would definitely say the beer with egg. Might have to get another one of those. The vibe out here is completely different compared to the southern counterpart, Ho Chi Minh City. Let's head over to my aunt's neighborhood. She lives in the corridors next to a street market. Vietnamese are generally known to be pleasant people, but out here, it's a place where if you don't hustle, you'll get hustled. Anytime I visit my grandma, I definitely check out Chợ Cam Tiem, which is in her neighborhood. And this stall right here, they specialize in escargot, but man, the Nam Chua Zan right here, it's probably my favorite thing.
So normally when you expect Nam, it's fermented pork, and it's like pink, and you think it's like sour, it has like a little sour taste to this. This one, however, is like, because of the hot sauce, it's kind of sweet, and this is savory actually.
I've taken other people here, and they're always like, what is this? It's delicious. I feel like, I haven't found a spot in America that can make it like this. So I feel like Nam Chua, everyone makes it a little different too. And the fact that it's fried on the outside, you know, everything tastes better when it's fried. It's crispy. This location right here, it's a side street, huge market. You'll find some other crazy eats out here. Very local, some stuff you've never seen before, I'll tell you that. The street vendors begin to clear out for the night. We ended up meeting with some friends at a bar nearby the Hanoi Opera House. We ended up at a late night chicken pho shop. Even though you can find it in a lot of restaurants, not a lot of places specialize in it. A flavorful pho guy is much harder to make compared to beef. This is the this is the first chicken pho I had on this trip. Yeah. You know what? As far as like chicken pho, you know, a lot of people like to compare it to the beef. It's completely different stock, completely different process. I would say it's a lighter broth. He travels from the States 6 months, comes back here 6 months, and he hits up Europe too. True OG. Well guys, definitely the remedy after a late night out like that. Never thought an old head from New Jersey would be offering us shots in a restaurant like that, but that's the beauty of traveling, the memories you create. The next day we start the morning off with a much needed bowl of beef pho, but this time at a location off the beaten path. We are on 27B from Hung Street. I was told that this establishment right here, Li Guk Su, is the original spot that they franchise from. So this is the OG spot. This is very local. I've actually had the franchise ones, and I think that's probably one of my favorite pho bucks.
How's the quay?
Like, it's nice and crispy. And actually, we got pho'd up bit, so you get little cuts of everything. Got some brisket, got some fatty pieces right here. Oh man. Not a lot of ball vein though. I don't see ball vein like the beef balls out here too much.
The presence of the beef flavor, the actual stock, like the bones, I can actually really taste it more than what I had over at Fatin. I definitely like the quay in here, man. It's crispier than the one that we had. The one that we had yesterday was like a little bit more stale. Like, it's been sitting, but sometimes what happens is like they have it, and because if they don't sell it all, what they do is they probably sometimes refine, right? Oh, I think they sold. They just cook it in the morning. Yeah. Just like it takes too long. Every time I come back, I always feel kind of reconnected to the roots that I knew about growing up, but not really knowing. You know you're familiar with it, but you don't really know until you experience it. When you're here, and someone actually told me like, yo, you're not Viet until you actually really speak Viet. And language plays a huge part in like identity, culture, and kind of just who you are. You're Vietnamese, and you can't speak Vietnamese.
You might not be truly Viet.
Yeah, that's an issue, man.
For the longest, I used to be kind of embarrassed by my Viet. But even coming out here, I was like, it's effective enough. It's not the best, but at the same time, like, I'm trying, I'm practicing. So, you know, you feel kind of anxious about coming back home or coming back to the motherland and speaking the language. Just do it, like, don't be scared. It's like it's starting to rain a little bit. I'm gonna finish, let's eat this pho and go somewhere. Man, it's good. This is our first meal, second day out here. Certain intersections, there's no light or anything, so you better walk fast.
Yeah, like they'll just like ride right through you, just like right now. As you can see.
Look how they're walking, they don't care, show them. Look how they're walking. No,
it's get in where you fit in. But if you have to go in a direction, you just go and everybody will slow down for you. It's not as aggressive and chaotic as you really think it is.
I've seen someone get hit though. I've seen someone get hit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're about to go to the Bún Chả spot. I think it's called Bún Chả 34. There's a couple of signature dishes, but it's one of them. And then Obama, when he was here, he had Bún Chả Hanoi. This is not the Bún Chả Obama spot, but I heard this is the must-try spot. Let me try the jazz off first. So the spring roll right here. I want to try this first.
Yeah.
This is weird. They don't give you any fish sauce to dip it, so I'm gonna just dip it in the Bún Chả bowl.
The difference with this one is that it's not an egg shell wrapper. It's actually rice wrapper.
The meatball here is so much thinner. Portion size is a lot smaller. I want to add some of this. You want to add some of this in there? There you go.
It's actually pretty bland.
Yeah.
Try the meat by itself.
I did. I'm not incredibly impressed.
This is the last meatball here. It's got a little bit of flavor. I think they wrap, I don't know if it's like grape leaf.
The meat, I feel like the marinade isn't that flavorful.
Marinade's too light. For Bún Chả Hanoi, this is what makes most of it. Because vermicelli has its own flavor, it's really neutral, and you just have a lot of fresh herbs. So it's the fish sauce, it's the pickling, and it's the marinated pork in there.
The fish sauce itself doesn't pack that much flavor either.
Yeah.
It's So it's a very light version of bún chả.
We are in the north. They tend to not use that much sugar in a lot of their sauce.
Yeah.
This might just be like a local thing, and this is how like they make their fish sauce. So
Yeah.
As far as like my preference, I do like it a little bit more sweeter.
Yeah,
a little
I
bit more
agree.
spicy. But like I said, it's overall it's not bad.
We're meeting up with a friend Nam, an expat from Australia. He's going to introduce us to another Northern Vietnamese specialty dish.
When I have friends visiting, like themselves or from Australia mainly, and they want to try something outside of traditional stuff they see on the blogs and things. Yeah, try some bun.
Basically like a chicken broth with vermicelli rice noodles, and it's got shredded chicken. It's got ja, which is like steamed pork that's also shredded. Oh, and it's got shredded egg in there too. Yeah, the broth's really good. It's a nice, rich chicken broth. You can taste the fattiness of the chicken in there. Completely different from pho. It's nice and light. If you like chicken pho, it can be a little bit similar to it.
You can put mukbang, you can put shrimp paste in it. But you ever put the essence, the beetle essence in it? Use the hormone from it, and they extract it from the bug, and they use it. But they've used that bug so much that it's kind of like really hard to find now. Porridge, this is definitely something that I relate to when you're sick. Something your mom would make if you have sore throat, cold. Even like elders, porridge is just easy to consume. I didn't expect it to be that thick, look at that. That's thick porridge, guys. Next up, we're gonna hit up a very popular beef pho spot. Pho 10, Ly Quoc Su. It's generally known to be one of the best. This is my first time trying it at this location, the original location. You can tell it's packed. There's locals, there's foreigners. The reviews, they're there, and they're there for a good reason. Some spots, they should have a lot of reviews because sometimes tourists just get dropped there and they don't know any better. But I think it's a consistent, like, broth here. I would say overall, the meat, the brisket, is pretty good too. The noodles here are far superior compared to anywhere else. The freshness is unmatched. Shops get a fresh batch delivered every morning.
The good thing about the north is that it does have 4 seasons, but you know the winter / 4 seasons are quite small. But there's a lot of perception that Vietnam's just a tropical, you know, hot country. But I gotta tell you guys, it does get cold.
It's a fact check if the spot we had yesterday is the originator or not. You know, on the website they said this is the original spot, so it's up in the air right now. I've heard various reports from the streets, so you know sometimes it's like that. But they have the same name, so
From the streets.
From the streets, the Hanoi streets, alright? Time is quickly running out on our stay in Hanoi. I wasn't satisfied with the bún chả experience earlier, and I had to find another location, but unfortunately they were sold out of bún chả. It's advised to hit up most of these shops early in the morning or early in the day. They're likely to sell out during lunch. We went for another specialty dish that they offer, Nam. We got some spring rolls right here, nice and thick. That's the right kind, man. I hate when it's skinny. I hate when the spring rolls are skinny, man.
So it's got a rice wrapper on it. It's not an egg roll wrapper. It's filled with like pork. It's got like carrots. It's got like vermicelli noodles in there. It's got mushrooms, like wood ear mushrooms. And then you got like some herbs on the side. Mint, basil, plain fish sauce because they give you garlic and chili on the side for you to add for yourself. So if you're not a spicy person, it's up to you. You can add the garlic in there, and then some noodles on the side.
The Nook Mom right here, it's sweeter. It's good. I like it.
It's not as bland as the other one, so I don't think it's a northern thing where things are just kind of like lighter.
It depends on the establishment.
It depends on the establishment. A little lettuce, basil.
Man, the John Dog here is good, man. The Nam here is good.
Look at this. It's nice and crispy. It's really hot.
Nice and fat. It's like
Actually, you know what? Let me just eat it by itself. I just want to see what it tastes like. What's the verdict? This reminds me of home. Good. Nice. It's not too meaty, but it's a balance between the meatiness, the vegetables, the carrots, the noodles, everything in there. But first and foremost, the crispiness of it.
I may have added too much chili, but I always do that. It's good though. Like, the wrapping is delicious too. Nam had a perfect crisp to it. Nook Mom was well balanced with sweetness too. It's unfortunate that we missed out on the bún chả, but definitely a memorable meal regardless, and I'll be back next time. There's a lot of self-reflection every time I'm back, and I recommend everyone to experience it for themselves, even more so if you're Vietnamese American. There's an old era feel to the way of life out here. Traditional values are preserved in Vietnam, but the country is growing rapidly. The old roadways may get lost along the way. Pretty much wraps our trip in Hanoi. There's so much more that we have yet to discover. I'm actually walking to my grandma's place right now. And my aunt even whipped up a nice home-cooked meal for me. Thịt kho, one of my favorites. I really miss this place and the people. Hopefully life will take me back here sometime soon.